Hello, hello, hello. I'm just sorting out a few stream places and what have you. I will be with you very shortly. We're going to be starting with Pianoteq today, by the way, because that was the request from Adrian last stream, last week. Yes, we're back again. Just a week later, I can't believe it. But the last one went down very well and I enjoyed it, and seems like you guys did too, so we're back again. Yeah, so let me just, one more thing. I didn't do it last week, so I'm sending to Facebook and all these things, because last time I just sort of sent it to Mastodon and WhatsApp, but I have a lot of people in other places as well, so I'm just trying to do the right thing this time. Get us some people involved. Live, do a thing, you know how it is. Favorite Mtron Pro sound, says Louis. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that as well. So last week, James, my friend James, had a really good suggestion for how I could have the mic come through more than once. That is to say, on the way the tracks work, which is very fortunate. So basically, he said if I sent my piano to a bus, or my current track to a bus, and then I have the mic listen to the bus, that will work. And he's exactly right. I don't know why I didn't think of it, because I was nervous in the moment. I've done that this week. I've even made a template. So if I want to do these Is This Thing on streams again, which I do, by the way, that's now pre-set up and I don't have to think about it anymore. Very happy about that. I have water. I've had lunch. I've been to the bathroom. And I think with that, time to hear some Pianoteq. All right. Welcome to another live stream. I can't see the chat yet. I mean, I can, but I can't see if anybody's in it beyond what I saw earlier. So let's make some noise and people can join and leave as they wish. It's fine. So we're going through favorites, and someone else in the comments last week pointed out that I forgot to show the application window. So this time I hope I've rectified that. You can see the application window. I don't know why I didn't do that. Probably just not thinking straight. But we're good. So here is my first favorite, which is the the Petrov cinematic preset, which I really like. The thing about Pianoteq is very warm. It can be very bright and bouncy and rusty as well, but this preset particularly has got a good middle end, a good bottom end as well. Quite like that. Yeah. Jean-Luca, hello. How's it going? It's good for the really soft stuff as well. And I forgot that, remember last week I had done this on the Arturia track and then the keyscape didn't have the mic on. So now I can't talk and play at the same time, but that's okay because it means you won't hear clackage. It's a really nice sound, that. I really quite like that. Then we have Cosmic from the same Ant Petrov piano. That's an interesting one because if you hear, there's actually delay and reverb going on at the same time. And it kind of washes away into the background. It's quite fun. Michael Johan, hey, yeah. Bunch of people this time, and it's early as well. Who knows? The last stream went for 2.5 hours. No ideas how long this will be. And Petrov Dreamy this time. Very nice. It's warm, isn't it? I do quite like that sound. This is Pianoteq. So if you're just joining, this is we're going through Pianoteq at the minute, and then I've been asked to go through some sounds from the M-Tron Pro synth from GeForce. So this is Modartt. And if you have access to OCR, you should be able to see Pianoteq on the screen with your screen reader. And if you can see, then you can see the interface, hopefully this time. Let me know if you can. This is Ant Petrov Duo. So my guess, therefore, is it's two pianos playing at the same time. I'm not sure. It's quite a strange sound, but I kind of like it anyway. And Petrov Felt 1. This is nice. I think that, I can't remember what version of Pianoteq it was. One of the Pianoteqs gave us felt for every single piano in the Pianoteq library. And I've got Pianoteq everything, right? It's not Stage, it's the Pro version, so I've got every single piano they've ever released. And it's really nice. And there's a lot of really neat sounds in here. This felt one is particularly tasty. What I like about that is you can actually hear the keys as they lift back off of the piano bed. So if you listen carefully. So cool. So cool. Rightio. Next up. I favorited both the felts apparently. There are 600 odd presets if you go through Pianoteq without favorites turned on. I don't know how many there are with my favorites turned on. Somebody can probably see that number on the screen. I cannot. But because I've been through every piano and favorited a fair few in each, most of the time, I'm always surprised. I like both of these. This is the second felt from the Ant Petrov. You can hear the keys a lot more in that one, can't you? And what I find interesting about that is that this, if I'm not mistaken, is clearly aged. I've gone way too far for that. So there's a condition knob within Pianoteq, and every preset in Pianoteq can take advantage of it. So when the condition is at 0, that means it's absolutely conditioned to utter perfection, no blemishes or imperfections in the sound. But the higher you take it, and it can go all the way to 10, I believe, then the more aged it becomes. This piano preset is 0.90, and you can hear some of the tuning is out on purpose. So I'll take it all the way down, so to 0, and you will hear that it's completely fresh. And I'll keep this going in my right hand. And while I do that, I'll turn up this condition slide and you'll start to hear it getting worn out and horrible. So now it's at 10. So if I play a C major scale, that's quite the brokenface.com, wouldn't you say? So you take it down to like somewhere a little bit normal. It's 0.61 at the moment. Let's aim for exactly 1.0 if I can. Okay. 0.99. Okay, we got it to exactly 1. So I guess you could say there are 10 levels of aging with a lot of granularity in the middle. So you can hear it's a bit detuned there, and the more I take it up, the worse it gets. You can have a lot of fun with that. And when we get to a not a felt piano, I'll repeat the same test, and you can sort of hear again what the difference would be. So this is Petrov Intimate. Let me just read the chat briefly, see if anybody's saying anything. So fast is back. Louis Morehouse says, does Pianoteq have any Yamaha pianos in it? It has a U3 in it, I believe, yes, and a YC something or other, I think. They're all far down the other end, so you'll have to listen in, Louis, to get there. Hopefully you don't have to run off and eat some KFC while I'm not looking, because you better be sharing that, otherwise you'll be very annoyed. So yeah. Now, because this is a physically modeled piano and it's not sampled, there's no loop points. I mean, modern samples don't bother with loop points anyway, not like romplers, but they ring out for a very long time, and their sympathetic resonance, to me anyway, is kind of second to none. So if I hold down, for example, C major on my left hand as softly as I can, and then I play anything related to that higher up, nothing else that I have quite gets sympathetic resonance right. It's very impressive, I think. I'll take away the G. Now the G's gone, so that's one thing that doesn't ring anymore. Take away the E. Now there's only C. I put C down there down. Oh, even that made the C ring. I've still got C held with my thumb. And I've let go now. See, it's gone. So that's another thing. They've really, really, really emulated the sympathetic resonance well. And because, back to this model thing, because there's no velocity layers, you don't really hear crossover points because there are none. It's all mathematically calculated, so. I find that quite fascinating, honestly. Louis says, ironically, he will have to run off and get KFC during this. Well, yeah, you can catch up on the stream. I left the last one up and it seemed to work out quite well. I thought I'd have to re-upload it because sometimes you do have to do that, but thankfully I didn't have to do that this time, so that's good. Hang on, I'm just going to put my keyboard down because I don't have to think about it if I do that. I always have to worry about the thing falling off my knees when I'm playing, but now it's on the side. So this is Petrov Player. Now, another parameter I want to talk about in Pianoteq is the damping feature. I have to move forward a whole bunch of pages. So I'm in the action page now. And there is a thing. So the damper in this piano patch is currently set to 1.00. And that is how long it takes for the piano to decay after I release the key. Now, as a jazzer, I don't like that much. I actually like it a bit less, but I'm going to show you what it is like on maximum, which is 10. If you had dampers like that, you'd have a problem. Now, that's not as much as obviously with the sustain pedal down. Here's a difference. So I'll do the same thing I did. Okay, now I'll put the sustain down and do the same thing. And you could hear when I released the pedal, but it's enough to be annoying for me. So I like it about 0.75. Actually, no, I don't. The reason I said that is because I think on my Steinway preset, which we'll get to my personal presets at the end, I think I have it there, but every piano is different. So I would actually drop it down even lower here. Okay, where are we now? We are at, speak, 0.46. I was aiming for kind of 0.45. I mean, it's minimal at that point. Okay, we're at 0.4, okay, 0.39. Because if you want to play staccato runs and things, I find it much easier. When you can actually hear the piano jumping up and meeting you again. Yeah, so I like that sound, for example, which is a far cry from the 1.00. I'll try and get it back to 1.00 so you can hear the difference. There we go. It's quite different. Can I get it back to point? Oh, okay, it's 0.35 now. See, it's quite different, isn't it? And I didn't know this because I've never really messed with it on this piano before, but it's very, very different than the Steinway D preset that I made my preset based off of. That damper is higher than that from what I remember. So we'll get to that later on. But yeah, again, something you can't really do with samples. I mean, you know, samples have ADSR, attack, decay, sustain, release, for those of you who don't know, but you're just shortening the sample when you do that, or shortening the way it lifts off. It's hard to explain, but it's not the same thing as this. So it's a whole other thing. This is Petrov Prelude, and as I said last week, I'm not a classical player. I still like it though. There's something about it. All right. Recording 1 again, and it's weird. You'd think all these are from the same piano, but they should sound the same, but they kind of don't. They have all these different characteristics about them. I mean, the felt is proof of that, isn't it? It's quite a different sound. Recording 2, yeah, similar to 1. Recording 3. I'm not sure why I favorited all of these, but I did, so I must have had a reason. I think it's because the reverb settings are a bit different. I kind of like that. That's quite a big fat hall with nobody in it. Quite lonely. Under lid. Now that's nice. Yeah, I like that. This is the last, I think, and Petrov. It's called Venue, that I favorited. All right, now. I was wrong. Warm is the last one, hopefully, I think. Nice. Bluthner, chamber AB, huh? Chamber recording AB. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe, oh, it's AB, but I bet it's an AB mic positioning. That would make sense because you can do that. The thing is, I haven't found an accessible way to move the mic positioning around. You can do it with a mouse, but I haven't 100% found a really easy way to do that. Axel Schral, Axel, guten Tag. John Lucas saying the resonance is quite impressive. Yes, it is. Nice to see you here. The damper is quite an interesting sound, says Louis. Yes. You want to have this? You can have it. It's yours. Yeah, there's some really, really nice sounds in Pianoteq. I've been impressed with it ever since I got it. So a whole different piano now. We're not on the Petrov anymore. We are now playing Bluthner chamber recording. I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of very different characteristics than the Petrov. Let's see what the low end is like. That top end is really, really sparkly. A lot of times I think pianos get a top end very wrong. Another thing is about how pianos sound when you have your sustain down versus when you don't. This is a test I do on all sample libraries. So if I play some notes with no pedal, followed by, that sounds like a real piano. I don't know how they did that. And it, again, because it's physically modeled, I don't know, I just don't understand the maths behind it, but it's really, really impressive to me. That is something that sample libraries do get right because it's just recording with a pedal down, but there's a difference in how Pianoteq sounds versus everything else I've ever used. And I can't put my finger on it, but it's kind of amazing. There's a richness and a warmth and a chocolatey, silky, velvety texture that they have that I can't explain. It's lovely. It's lovely. So this one is called BA. The other one was called AB. This is BA. I have no idea what the differences are. I must have favorited them because I like them, but I can't tell you what the differences are other than they're different. So what I notice about this piano from playing it, maybe you can tell as well, is that it is very dynamic. And if you hit it beyond a certain point, it's quite bright and harsh. But it has a beautiful softness about it too. Yeah, that's a very, very dynamic sound. It's actually very beautiful. I wasn't sure why I'd favorited it when I was playing it just now. I said this last week as well, but for those of you who weren't here, I said that when you go through plugins or presets, whatever you want to call them in different instrument libraries, at the time that you're going through them, you'll feel a particular way about something and you'll favorite it. Now, normally I don't unfavorite something. It's very rare that I come across something I didn't like, but I go through libraries and find things in them that I didn't like at the time, but I like later. But listening to that last preset, I wasn't sure why I liked it. I realize I'm probably favorited it because the dynamics in it are incredible, just incredible. And I think that just speaks for itself. If I've played it correctly for you, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's really rich in tonality, and it just stands out if you want it to, or it can sit quietly in the mix like the bread in a sandwich. It's up to you. And I think that's really telling about a good piano sound. So this is Bluthner Cinematic. That feels like it's quite compressed, doesn't it? Maybe it's just me. No, I think it is. It's quite strange. Not bad, just noticeable. Troy Tor is official. Your go-to piano. This particular piano, the Bluthner, or Pianoteq in general? Curious. Derek says even your dad, who's not a musician, thinks Pianoteq is the only piano that you have that sounds real. How interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Concert recording AB. Now notice there that I just held the sustain pedal down, let the piano ring out, and you could hear again those strings all resonating against each other. It's just beautiful. I just when I went out that, yeah, that just speaks for itself. Yeah. Another thing, I think of more things as we do this, that the Pianoteq has is how quick it is to respond to key presses. Now, of course, it's down to the sample manufacturer if you're making samples, but when you trigger a sample, the computer has to immediately load that file, or if it's in RAM, just hit that part of the RAM and play it exactly. But there's something about the responsiveness which is hard to explain, but it is just incredibly quick off the mark. Incredibly quick off the mark. And it's hard to put into words just what that feels like, honestly. And that's concert recording BA, Felt 1. Now, with the Felt, you can really hear those sustained resonances ring out beautifully, I think. I doubt you're supposed to play felt like that, but do I care? Not really. So nice. Felt 2, yep. Different. It's very strange at the top end. That D just really stands out. And that's, again, very unusual. Very unusual. Bluth Note improv, they say. It's not what I do most of my life anyway. What's different? So Axel asked if you can make your own sound with Pianoteq. You really can get quite deep with it, and because it uses Juice for its underlying architecture, you can do a lot with the screen reader without using any of the knobs on the complete keyboard. This is also true for the SWAM instruments as well. So you can get very, very deep. It's kind of scary, in fact, but you can do a lot of notes. You can do a lot of stuff note by note if you've got the full version. I haven't bothered getting that deep. But you know what we will do at some point is I'll go in and press the random button, because the random button makes some of the most weird, esoteric, quaint, quirky noises out there, which are actually very fun to play in some cases. I've saved a few because it was really cool. So Bluth Note Intimate now. Yeah, very nice. Model 1, Bluth Note Model 1. Yeah. Model 1 AB. Okay. If I can bounce between the two and see how it sounds. Back to the other one. I switched as you play notes. Some don't, some do. So I was going between them then. So I was going between the Model 1 and the AB. Player Bluth Note. And if you notice that if you've got your headphones right around anyway, then the left-hand side of the piano is indeed the left-hand side of the piano, and the right-hand side of the piano is the right-hand side of the piano. As it should be. prelude again. I don't know why I favourite these classical things. I'm not good at classical. I just like the sound, I guess. Where's Ignazi when you need him? Yeah, I don't know. Studio recording, AB. That's very rich for a studio, I like it. That's a big studio room, isn't it? Listen to the reverb on that. Although I suppose if it's a studio with like a hardwood floor or something. Hey. BA. I wish I knew what the differences between these things were. I do not. I should ask. Oh, different piano. C. Bechstein or Bechstein. I don't know. Germans. You can record a message and tell me how it's supposed to sound. I don't know. Very different than the Blithner. Let's see what its top end is like, because Bechstein was very, the Blithner was very bright, wasn't it? So even when I pound the keys on that, it's just not very bright. It's quite dark, but not in a bad, boring way, just quite dark. The other one was quite sparkly when I did that, wasn't it? This one, what about the low end? This is C. Bechstein 440. Maybe the other one was 432 or 448 or something. I don't know. I didn't check. It didn't sound sharp or flat to me. Anyone pick up on that? I didn't. Close mic. I like this one. It's funny how you'd think, or maybe you wouldn't, but I did when I first got Pianoteq, that all the pianos would be the same because they're physically modelled and meh. But no, I do not really feel that. I do not feel that at all. This is one of my favourite presets. This is a bass and piano split, so this one is fun. Because if you go down... Well, actually, where's it kind of start? You can kind of hear that the bottom end of the piano is quite different than the top. So you can kind of jazz your way around it. Yeah, it's got kind of a nice tone to it, and you can... quite warm, isn't it? It's kind of fun. This is Broken. That's the name of the preset. It's broken, and it is indeed. Here, I'm going to play you all the C's on the keyboard. Ready? If you have anything like perfect pitch, you'll know for a fact that none of them are C's at all. That's worth writing home about. That's really something. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I wouldn't recommend taking that on stage. They might kick you out. Cinematic. So all the cinematic versions, like a keyscape really, have this lovely kind of ephemeral reverb behind them, and I kind of like it. It's very warm and cozy. Jezreel, hello sir, nice to see you here. Didn't expect to see you. I thought it was late for you over there in Hong Kong, I think you're in. Very late. This is called Cosmic. It's kind of nice. And for those of you who don't know, Pianoteq isn't just pianos. Oh no, oh no. As you will see soonish, it has Rhodes and even a classical guitar in it. And it's all physically modelled. That's what's clever about it. 282. I'm guessing that's a version of the Bechstein model, Bechstein 282. That's warm. I like the room ambience for this piano. That's really nice. I like that. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about that. Obviously the felts. It's time for the felts. Got to have the felts. You know what I'm saying? Felt too, obviously. It's really clacky, isn't it? It seems that a lot of the felt 2s that we've come across in this exploration through Pianoteq have been, the second one's been detuned and quite clacky. I kind of like that. It shows that they're not all about the pristine image, Pianoteq. I kind of like the, you know, the nuances they've put in their pianos. You can hear the keys release. Oh yeah, Noel says don't forget the harp. Absolutely right. Bechstein DG player. This is nice too, I remember. Again, rich with the sustained resonances there. Very nice. Yep. Prelude again. Prelude again. One day I'll get someone who can actually play piano to come here and play these for you. In the meantime, you've got to deal with me. Recording 1. Again, quite a nice recording space, if that's like... I don't know where you're listening from, sort of room ambience, a bit of audience perspective. It's kind of nice. Oh yes, another thing I did, which I find very interesting, and again, a lot of sample libraries can't do this, is if you, I suppose it's half pedaling. If I put my foot down and lift my, and play a chord, and then lift my foot up and then put it down again very, very quickly, because the piano hasn't returned completely to 0, you should get the remnants of that. So if I do this, see, it died away because I was lifting my foot on and off the pedal very quickly. Well, off and on actually, but it was not going completely away, and that's another thing Pianoteq gets right. It's very clever, and I really like it. Something like Keyscape just does not do that. So, recording 3, that sounds very far away. Where are you? Like in the next room over? That's a fat reverb. Snappy. Yeah, that's my kind of thing. What's the dampener set to on this? I will look, because I'm actually quite curious about it. Oh, talk to me. It was 0.7 something. I knocked the knob a bit, so it's kind of lower than 1. Most of the time I find that Pianoteq people set their dampers at 1.00 out of 10, right? So I like mine sometimes 3/4 that, sometimes half that. So this one I think was supposed to be at 0.75 or 0.70, but I knocked it and it didn't read properly. So yeah. Now it's at 0.52. So I didn't show you last time when I talked about this how ridiculous it is when it's completely off. So that's no damping at all. That sounds like when you're playing like a recording of a piano, like a sample of a piano. If you're playing it like you know, like if it's a wavetable or just a wave file, and you're just playing like a chord in a sampler to hear what it would be like for auditioning. So it does not sound at all good. But that doesn't mean you couldn't use it for some kind of ambient avant-garde weirdness. Not ambient, rather. Avant-garde weirdness. I mean, it could be digital dance music, right? I mean, it's just terrible. Now, of course, the exception to the rule is where the piano itself loses its dampers, which is here in this case. So everything above F sharp will be fine, so you can play all those notes without worrying about it. The minute you hit the F, no dampers. Yeah, much fun. Sweet, this one is called. Yes, them. It's really, I don't know, that's a really nice sound. It's close mic'd, but it's also super wide. It's a really beautiful thing, I don't know. That's a very, very nice sound to me. Really enjoyable. Dangereux! Adrian is here. You're the one, Adrian, why I did this whole demo in the first place. You requested Pianoteq last week. This is for you. So if you missed the beginning, go back through it and check it out. Yeah. Bechstein DG under lid. Yeah, we had that with the Bluthner, didn't we, as well? So it's kind of a bit more muffled and chill. It's rich. It's great. It's tasty. Venue. I mean, what kind of venue is that? Is there no one in there? It's empty. No one is listening to you play. At all. I'm so sad. Aw, so sad. So sad. That's Modartt. Now, I don't know anything about these scale things, but Pianoteq has a lot of microtuning scales and all kinds of funky things in it. So for Modartt, I think you're supposed to play in a particular key or set of keys, and it does things differently. Yeah, like for example, that chord sounds quite pure. Then there's one of them that doesn't. I forget what it is. B. Because of the way that it's tuned, when you play like a B major chord, It sounds off because it is, technically, because the 12-tone scale that we use in Western society is in itself flawed. It's not perfect. Everything is not exactly between everything else. I don't fully understand it. Adam Neely, I think, explained it on his channel, or somebody like that. Possibly Andrew Huang. A flat, also very nasty. It's weird. It's weird. These things, we're not used to these perfect things. It does weird things to my head when I hear things like that. It's a whole thing. This one is the name that I can't exactly think what's saying. I think it says Need Harp 3. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it's there. But it's not weird like the other one. Recording. So before there was the Bechstein DG, and now this is the C Bechstein without the DG part. So it's another Bechstein piano, but not the same one as before. So I thought there was something similar, but it's not. I suppose it'd be like the Steinway B and Steinway Ds. Yeah. Very different things. And someone asked if I prefer Jamless or Sonobus. It depends what I'm doing. I teach one of my students using Sonobus because it's peer-to-peer and one-to-one. And I can record it directly within Sonobus and it sounds great. But for jamming, I prefer Jamless. It's just easy. You get people on the server, you jam, you don't have to worry about connecting to people and it's fine. This is under lid now. So, C Bechstein under lid. Well tempered, so that this scale, whatever this is, and not mesotonic this time, the well tempered. Sounds different, slightly, still very pure, but then oh yeah, the B and the A flat do sound a bit strange, but not as strange as it did from Mesotonic land. Werkmeister 3. So all these different scales have different amounts of tuning between the note values or something. You have to kind of find which one is the one. So I think this one might be geared around F because that sounds more pure than C, for example. This is C. But then F sounds more pure than C did. Very strange. They're all weird, these things. And now we get onto the Celeste. Yes, Pianoteq even modeled Celeste. There will be more pianos in the future, but we're out of the pianos for the moment. I don't know. By the way, I don't know where Celestes are supposed to start and end. I think probably. I suppose it depends on the size as well. Do they? Yeah, see, they just gave a whole bunch of notes. But because it's not sampled, it does not sound stretched or weird. It just sounds different. See, there's still characteristics down here. For example, when you have a sample that's been stretched down the keyboard, the harmonic sounds exactly the same the further you go down. But in this case, it does not. You can hear that even from here. It has differences in tonality and what have you, so it's very strange. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, that is so tasteful. Celesta Mute 1. It is softer. Mute 2. Definitely softer. Yay. Celesta Original. Okay, so does that mean we can find out where it stops? Okay, so it stops here. C3. Goes up to there. So it goes up to the very top of the piano and stops here. It's very nice. And again, not being sampled, it's very rich in tonality and can you also age a Celesta? Yes, you can. Although the slider does not do anything in this case. It's because it's, you know, tines, not strings. It does not do anything. The knob works, but it does not do anything, which is a shame. I thought it might do something funky. Shame. All right. Celesta Sustain. Well, it certainly does that, doesn't it? Yes. You knew it had to happen. You knew it had to happen. Celesta with tremolo. Yeah. I am just looking at chats to see if anybody wrote to me in the meantime, because I've been focusing primarily on the YouTube chat because you're the ones here. Or the harp now. It's Celtic harp a la piano, this preset, so you can treat it like a piano if you want to. It's very roomy, isn't it? You hear that? There's even decent key release in there. Yeah. Impressive. This one is interesting because the sustain pedal is working in reverse. So my foot is off the sustain pedal and the harp rings forever. Foot down and it stops. Rather cool. Harp daily. Again, foot down to stop it ringing. Totally different thing. It's fascinating. Fascinating. That's Celtic harp delicate. It's lovely, that. I like that. Diatonic. Ooh. Okay, there are some key switches now. There are some key switches that are making things happen that I'm not exactly sure how to explain. Okay, right, so this F sharp key switch on the lowest end of the keyboard. If I play a C major scale, it's doing that. If I play the A flat and the B flat, oh, okay. There are all these key switches that make it differently playable, and only the white notes play things and all the black notes don't do anything. This is very interesting. You can do the usual thing of just run your hand down the keyboard and it's harpy. And you can put your foot down to stop it. Ha! How intriguing. I don't remember this preset. That's very fun. Celtic Harp Dreamy. Ah, nice. This is the player version of the harp. So you're hearing it from the player position. Because they have the modelled mics as well. Well, I say modelled mics. I guess they're impulses or something. But yeah. Kevin Satizabal. Hello. Nice. Celtic Harp recording. There's a lot of that as well. That's a nice recording space wherever that is. I want to be there. I want to be right there. That's very nice. And again, foot down to stop it. So interesting. I have to think in a wholly different way when your pedal's reversed. And this one's Celtic Harp Suite. It's warm and tasty. Now, the classical guitar, this is a nice sound. Now, I'm not a guitarist, so just forgive the... There are key switches as well on this keyboard, and I have to remember what they do. So muted. Rather nice. Okay, that one, there's a B flat and A flat key switch which allow you to hold the chord down. And do that with it. Okay, so we're back to non-muted. How did I do it in the first place? I'm trying to work that out. Okay, so the B is a latch. So it switches between and normal. Now there are other key switches, like one that does a thing that shifts the note that you play second or something. Okay, that one is a... Oh no, I locked it in some weird mode then. That's also latchable, this F sharp key switch. So, you can... can get lost in all this. There's a lot of key switches, and I'm not sure what they all do, and if I read the manual, I might know. I've managed to get into some kind of legato mode now, so... Okay, so E flat switches on and off legato mode. And if you have it on, then you can't do that. Oh, you can. But if you play two notes, it will jump between them. Just careful not to overlap. And you have fun playing chords. Yeah, really crazy. Sure, whatever you say. So that's classical. What's next? They have a 12 string, which is lovely. I like that sound. This one is a classical guitar a la piano, so you can treat it like a piano, I suppose. So you can play all the notes you want and just be annoying to the guitarists in the room and just make them all very, very angry and start throwing things at me in the chat. I know it's bad, but it sounds so beautiful. Sue me. I love it. There's just something about it. Oh, look, you can age the guitar very badly. So the guitar is all up to 10.0 age now, so an E major chord that would normally sound like that. Well, there you go. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, when people do not tune properly. Drives me crazy. And Kevin says the key switches on the harp emulate the pedals that you can put the harp into. Very cool to know. Really, really nice. I'm very, very impressed by how that works. Ooh, that's a nice reverb. That's called classical guitar arpeggio, so I don't know if you're supposed to just like... I like it. Bazookish Dream. Cosmic Bow. Yeah. That's pretty cool too. This one says classical guitar dirty. What have you done to it? It's not that bad, is it? Yeah, they have a jazz guitar too, which is just very nice. If I had like guitar MIDI files, that'd be really fun to run through this and see how it handles it. Well, I'm going to Belgium in February, and my friend Martin is bringing his MIDI guitar, so it might be really fun to see if I can connect or have his guitar connect to my computer so he can play this sound over MIDI and see how it fares when a real guitarist, who is not me, or I might get him to send me one for the next live stream. Martin, can you just like record your guitar going into the thing for me? I want to try something. It might be fun to do that. Classical guitar, electrified, and then gentle. That's nice. That's called classical guitar melodic vibrato. Micro-tuned. Oh dear, what have you done to that? Interesting. Prelude. I'm not going to do anything with that because I'm scared of it. That says purist. That's well mic'd, isn't it? Such a nice tone. Such a nice tone. Staccatissimo. They made a staccatissimo preset for a classical guitar. Funny. Hey, there's a tapping preset. Yes, that works. Triple, yeah. That's quite fat. Warm, yeah. I like that, I do. And now, more modelled experiences for your faces. We have the clavinet D6 with an auto wah. That's a great sound. And yes, I cheated by pitch bending it. What you gonna do? Yeah. I can't think why I haven't used that on stage yet, actually. I should. It's great. So this is the basic. Okay, it starts with F. Yeah. quite a good clav, actually, as clavs go. I like it. It's yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's physically modeled clav. Like, whoever thought that they would do that? Wow, wow, wow. Okay. This one says clavinet D6 BD. I don't know what that means. I like the key release on it as well. I'll be honest, I forgot that Pianoteq had a clav in it. This one is with a compressor. And it goes down, I'm guessing. Oh, all the way. Okay. That's good because means you can play low E. I like that clav, yes. D6 dirty. Okay. Envelope bar. So it's basically dependent on how you play the thing. So you can have fun with that. You can. I like that. It's very. Very tasty. That's good, that. D6 growl. All right. It's definitely cut through in the mix, wouldn't it? D6 mono. Alrighty. Yeah. So nice. Overdriven. Ah. It is that. That's quite interesting. That low note, because the way it's overdriven like that, almost has piano overtones if you just think of the ending, not the attack part. The beginning does not sound like a piano, but if you just hear that low C by itself, out of context. That's cool. Danjoro wants a MIDI guitar. Yes, you do. It's good. I like it many times. Nils, I cannot believe it. Nils. Good to see you all. We just hit the classical guitar before you came, Nils. How's the image looking? You're the token sighted in the room, I believe, or one of the few. So I hope the image is sounding good. I hope the audio is good. I've got it on this ultra low latency mode. Clavinet D6 roomy, which is actually very nice. like that sound. That is fat. That says clarinet D6 stage, but it's got a wah and it's got a very bizarre reverb on it. Why did they do that? This is another wah. It's called warm amp, and it's an auto wah this time, so it's not dependent on how I play. Then we have another concert harp, this time instead of the Celtic harp. Very nice, that. So beautiful. I likes that. Looking great, says Niels. It sound even better. Ah, great. That's what I care about here. The visual aspect just does not that bothersome for me. But as long as the sound is good and as long as it's stereo and doesn't sound all muffly and bad, that's the important part. This is another of these presets where the harp itself, the pedal is reversed. So I can't play short notes with the pedal up. So the pedal is up in its normal position now. And it's doing all the sustain. So I put my foot down and it... short notes. Very interesting. Concert harp, bowed. Now, let me talk about this, because I just realized that when I put my sustain down there, it was a different sound. So here's it without the sustain. And with the sustain, it does that. That's a whole other thing. It's a very unique noise. That's concert harp, brighter. Again, very beautiful. Not a very good harpist, am I? I'm not a good at many things, I think, but it's just the way it is. I find these things difficult. Let me have a drink of water. I haven't had one all stream. Oh, that helps. Oh, that helps a lot. Yeah, we like that. We like that. Concert harp daily. I'm not sure if that means the way that you'd set it up in the daily driver. I can't wait to get my keyboard replaced. This A flat, if you don't know, I've got an A flat that's extremely noisy, and it doesn't matter how soft I play it, it's just maddening. We're back in diatonic mode here, so a C major scale coming backwards does that. And then Kevin tells me that the pedals control how it sounds. I really like this because it could make you learn how to actually understand the harp better. So cool. So cool. And if you care, You can now join this channel as a channel member and get some perks, although I don't know what those perks are going to be yet, but you're supporting me by doing that. So for those who don't want to do Patreon, you can join YouTube membership. You'd be the first if you did that, so thank you. Concert harp lyrical, very nice. I think it's so cool they chose to model things other than pianos. I really have a lot of respect for Modartt for doing this. That's player. And that's recording. That's beautiful too. They just ring out so beautifully, don't they, these things? It's really warm and tasty and like cuddly. And now we're on to electric keyboards. So that is called Electro Basic. And it seems to be a whirly because it stops at the F. Yeah. Electro what? Electro Calma Pacifica? I have no idea what that means. This one allows me to go down lower. It probably shouldn't, but it's nice that they give you the option anyway. So you can play low down if you want. That sounds quite binaural actually, the way the thing is in the room. It sounds like it's a... It sounds very spread out, which is really interesting. Electro dance. Dyna 1. Okay, so a Dyna Rhodes apparently. It's very dynamic. If you hit it hard, boy, it'll let you know about it. See, it's it doesn't pull any punches. Dyna 2. Electro Fatty. See, the more I hear this, the more I'm not 100% sure this is a whirly. This must be some other type of electro keyboard that I'm not exactly. Might be like a piano or something. That was mono, by the way. Overdrive lead. Jake Patterson. All the perks of a harp without the minibus. You need to transport it. Yeah, it is really, really good. And if you could actually play it better than I can, you'd sound really even better. Overdrive lead 2. Yeah. Electro roomy. That's nice. I can get behind that. I'm in the fan of things like that. Electro Vibe Chorus, yeah. some nice noises here, I gotta say. Electro soft rocker. I really don't know what this is. It's not a whirly. It's not a Rhodes. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. It's nice. I'm not sure. Electro stack. Oh, I didn't tell you the last preset. Oh, I did. It's electro spacey. Then we have electro stack. Fun. Electro strong. Now this sounds like you should be playing it an octave lower, so I am indeed doing that. But still confused. Okay, now we have a Gigusti harpsichord. Why have I got a harpsichord favorited? I can't play them. I'm not a classical player. I just guess I like the sound. So. It is a good sound. But why do I do this to myself? Because I have to play. That's a mesotonic sound, so very pure. And the beat again the beat doesn't work for obvious reasons. And nor does the A flat, because mesotonic does not work in A flat. Need harp 3. Now I wonder if that's another scale thing, because we came across one of those in one of the pianos earlier, but again I don't exactly know. This is the original, so that means we can see. Oh, now that's interesting. It's actually tuned lower, so C is playing a B flat. Okay, that makes some kind of sense, I guess. Maybe that's how they tuned it back in the day. Baroque tuning, I don't know. Recording. Well-tempered. And, Werkmeister 3, we had one of those earlier as well. Glockenspiel alla piano. So, of course, this is the wrong range down here. Amusing, though. But you probably shouldn't do that. Humanized. I'm not sure why it's humanized. I mean, does it hit the stick a bit later than normal? It's so crazy to me that they allow you to play that down there. This is mute 2. The other one was mute 1, so it's different kind of damping, I guess. But okay, so here's the original. It starts in F and goes up to C, so end of the piano. So, yeah, basically an octave and a half, which is basically makes sense. Yeah. Glockenspiel soft. Although, just to be real, I shouldn't play any lower than this F because I can if I want. But I shouldn't do that. Oh, piano. Grottian Cabaret. This is a good sound. Now, what's the dampening set on this? You know my feelings about dampening. A lot of the Pianoteqs get it wrong. 0.90. Again, below 1. I like that. It's... nice. I like that. I quite like this grottering thing. Concert. So, a thought about sound. When you have as many of them as I do, it's really, really easy to forget that there are really cool things in your libraries, and you still buy more of them because it becomes like a thing, a collector's thing, and you get more things and you forget to use what you've got. But when it becomes so easy to purchase, yeah, again, sounds I like. Definitely sounds I like. Gotta have the felts, you know the rules. And Nils has left to walk with his daughter. Oh dear, she's not a dog. Great to see you here, though. Very nice to have you along for when we did. Yeah. There's a Rhodes actually I called it the Nils Rhodes specifically because he showed it to me on Jamulus one day, and I had Pianoteq and he had Pianoteq, and he's like, set this, and this, and you can have this exact sound. And I'm like, oh my God, I need that in my life. So later on, you'll be hearing that. When we get to the end of the actual factory presets, I'm going to show you my ones that I've made / modified / created, and you'll see what I mean. But we're not there yet. We're only in the Gs. This stream has been long, hasn't it? Felt 1. Felt 2. Very nice. Grottering intimate. Now listen to. Do you hear the afterthought of this piano? So after all the keys have released and the dampeners gone back, you hear the sort of inside of the piano. It's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. But this being intimate, you should more play like this. Nice. Nice. Grottringen player. Yeah. Player wide. Oh yeah, let's do the resonance test and the brightness test. It's quite boxy, this piano, isn't it? You can hear a lot of the hammers noise. And about the bottom end. I like it. Prelude again. I suppose no one ever said that preludes couldn't be jazzy, did they? Rather nice. Now, if you know your pianos by now, you've been here with me long enough. This is recording 1. Yes, it is. Recording 2, naturally. Recording 3. This one is usually the one in the really big space, and it is indeed. Yep. And the lid. These are always nice and sort of intimate. Good decay. Good decay rings out forever. If you thought that was a harpsichord, well, you'd be correct. But I'm going to treat it like a Korg M1 piano. What you going to do? It's also tuned down, so that's a C, but it's actually B. harpsichord dynamic. Huge range on that thing. I think that says elite, so it's like, I guess, a uber special. It's so interesting when you play something very soft and it doesn't actually adhere to that, because harpsichords don't, so you just don't get any dynamics. It's funny to me. That is a L8 3+4, so it's I guess an organ stoppy type thing. Very big. By the way, this is absolutely wreaking havoc with my perfect pitch because it's in the wrong key. Because it's in B, as I said, and just weird, and I can't cope with that. Because if I were to go to where I think I should be playing in B, and I'm starting in C, then I end up playing entirely the wrong thing, and it confuses my face. I'm skipping a bunch of these. Because they're all... Aha! So now we have hangpans. We come out of the harpsichords, which are very scary to my sensibilities. Now, of course, they don't really play down there, but that we'll get to in due course. And the sustain pedal does that, which I guess is kind of like tapping the pan in the pan hole or something, because hangpans have, I think anyway, some of them have like a hole there. So that range is, of course, way wrong. So the other one was hand played. This is mallets. It's a different sound. I think one of these presets actually is the original version, so we just have to find it. This is dreamy, and it has a lovely tonality here. I really like that a lot. This time with mallets, dreamy with mallets. I'm leaning over to get water. Last of my water. I might need to stop the stream. When I say stop, I mean pause, play some music, and get a drink. I'm exhausting this one. In the meantime, I drink with one hand and play with the other. Okay, so now we have it natural played, so that's good, so we can see where the ranges are. Anything down here? Nope. Okay, so... that's the range. So from A to C. The other really, really good hangpan instrument, by the way, is the one from Sonic Couture, which I also have. It's lovely. Highly recommend it. It's tasteful and gorgeous. Natural mallets. That sustain pedal thing is really interesting. I put my foot down thinking it's going to do something different, and of course it doesn't. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's nice though. Sustain hand played. Wow, that just rings forever. That's cool. Even if I'm playing outside the range, I do like it. Yeah. Because you can just sort of use it how you like. I have to not talk while the thing is ringing out because, of course, you can't hear me if I do that. Sustained mallets. So clever. Now we get onto the HB Steinway. And this is the Steinway D. Apparently I didn't favourite anything in the Steinway B. So this is 3 microphones. Now a version of this piano is the one that I use for my personal Pianoteq preset. This is not it. This is a factory preset, but it's a good piano. It's a Steinway. You've all heard of Steinway, I'm sure. Actually, there is the HB Steinway, which is the Hamburg Steinway in Germany, and there's the NY Steinway. They're a bit different sounding. I think I have a couple of NY presets favored as well, but we'll get to those. So let's do the richness test up here. Is it quite bright or is it quite dark? Do you know what I think? I think the top end of this Steinway is actually very thin. But I know it has a good bottom end. I do like that. Yes, I do. And we have another one of these piano, bass, and splits. So like before, if you were still here from the beginning, you see the piano starts to drop off when we start getting into bass characteristics like double bass. So you can, of course, you know. Quite fun, that. And it's not even a bad bass split, is it? I mean, you know, it's funny because it's obviously made from piano noises, but modeled. Funny. Binaural. If it's binaural, why isn't it wider on the left side when you're down here? That's interesting, isn't it? HP Steinway D Blues. Or perhaps, would it be like a blues in F? Indeed. Bright. Certainly that, isn't it? Ooh, nice resonance with the pedal though. That's nice. So the bright preset, yeah, the top end is less thin and weedy, I think. This is actually nicer with the bright. But not as rich as some we've heard today. Nope. Cabaret again. The grotto in Cabaret, I think, was better. Yes, I think so. That's chamber recording, and that's just a big chamber. Quite a big chamber. Cinematic. Oh, chill. Why am I trying to talk and play? Classical. But we're not doing that. It's classical with the orange twist. It's actually a nice preset, though. I mean, I wouldn't have favoured it if it wasn't, but it's just classical recording. Oh, is that? What I should do is actually ask you guys for MIDI files. So if you have things you want to hear through this piano, then if you get them to me, I can always run them on the stream and then be like, can you play this through the Grottering Cabaret or the, I don't know, Steinway D? That might be quite fun to try. That way we could see what things sound like that you have used or created before. And we could hear it together on the stream. That would be fun. This one is close mic classical, which is different than the other two, apparently. There are so many sounds here. This is close mic jazz. Now, what do you notice about that? I said this to you guys earlier in the stream, but then you need a short release on these. And if I go back one to the classical, see, it's an entirely different sound. Let's look at what the damper setting is on this, and then we'll go back one and do the same, actually. So it's 0.50, the lowest I've seen it yet in a default factory preset. I'm proud of you guys, Pianoteq. I'm proud of you guys. Well done. And if I go to the previous preset that we had, which was the close mic classical, then the damping here, 1.00. So it's half, it's basically double. So yeah, this jazz one is something I could actually use legit without having to even adjust. Do you know what I think? I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong. But I remember an earlier version of Pianoteq that I had. I think it was 7. This is 8. With the damper was at 1 for a jazz preset. And I emailed them and I said, look, these jazz presets seem all way too high for dampers. Could you change them? Or here's a preset that I made with a damper, whatever I had it set at. And I think they modified the jazz presets for future releases. So I think I might be indirectly responsible for some of this change. Which is quite nice. I'm glad to see it. So that's the thing. And this is actually a very playable preset. I really like this sound, and I could modify it to a bit lower, but actually I don't even need to. So I have used it to write on Jamulus, or my slightly modified version of this preset, which you'll hear later, something, for example, like this, which is called Fruit Juice. And then it has some cool key changes which go up to G minor, and then yeah, it moves around. So yeah, this preset is what I used to be inspired, and that's really cool. This one is duo, so does that mean there's 2 of them? Yeah, I like. Do I even need to tell you what that is? Well, I will. It's a Steinway felt. Naturally. That's very rich. The damper with the pedal down is actually very beautiful. Here's like a run-up chord with the pedal. I think the piano rings out really nicely with that. And hopefully felt too. Yes, here it is. Very clacky and clicky, like I said previously. That always the second felt is detuned and slightly old-fashioned and clicky, and I kind of like the changes they made. The first one is kind of pure, and the next one's a bit dirty and screwed up. It sounds like somebody's typing on the keys when I release them. It's funny. Honky tonk. Yes, I suppose it could be indeed. It is kind of rough and ready, isn't it? Yes, it is. This is hybrid. That's very interesting sound. I don't remember that sound at all. I like it though. Hybrid bright. Yeah. Intimate. That's what this is. HB Steinway D Jazz. Okay, now that's interesting. This is, I think, the preset I base mine off of, and this is different because, yes, the other one was close mic jazz, and I think I based my preset off of this one, which is the Steinway D Jazz, and I think, let's see the damper settings for this, but I'm not sure what it is. Tell me. Yeah, it's higher on this one. It's 0.7 something, or possibly 0.80. Sometimes it likes to not tell me exactly what it should be. Yeah, it's 0.80. The other one was 0.50, and if you notice, this close mic jazz. So if I turn this down to 0.50, okay, there is. That would have been better if they'd have saved it like that. But this is the default. I'll reset the preset. At least better in my mind. Of course, everybody's different, so of course you'll have different things. But that's the nice thing about this, is that you can set it how you like it. Hey, it's DM Photography from Los Angeles. Nice to hear you. Or see you. Or however you want to put it. Yeah, there are a lot of great patches in this thing. Steinway D Jazz recording. Again, I think the damp is too high on that for jazz. Especially given the room sound it's in. It's. If we go and find out what it's actually set to, then we find out that it's on point. Oh, I'll be damned, it's on 0.50, but it just doesn't sit right. Maybe it's the reverb amount, or maybe just the distance. That's really strange. I've now set that to 0.35 instead of 0.50. This is new age. I have two Pianoteq presets that I've made that are piano based, right? And I remember that one of them is based off of this preset with the reverb off and some other things. Yeah, I remember that because it's quite boxy, my preset. I have, this is interesting. Play it clean. Yeah. Play a wide. Pop. Prelude. From now on, preludes will be called jaludes because they're jazz preludes. What you're going to do. Yeah, I still maintain that that Steinway top end is quite thin. Prepared piano. Ruined. Yes, someone like poured water in this. You would not be happy if your piano sounded like that, I think. But this is okay. This is studio recording, and it is. That's fun. Jean-Luc says, am I browsing the presets in complete or OCR? Complete. I wouldn't need to use OCR because this uses Juice and the presets browser is accessible with a screen reader. No need to use OCR at all. Nope. Super tonk. Oh, wow. It's slightly flat as well. I mean, oh, it's got everything going for it. This has... Lovely. Clear. Hey, it's quite nice that. Underlid, Unterlid. Worn out. I like how detuned that is. It's quite nice in a stupid way. The condition slider is set to 2, which is quite high. I mean, it's not even halfway up, right? It goes from 0 to 10, but that sort of slightly wonky tonk, not even honky tonk, but wonky tonk nature of it. Like the notes beat against each other. For some reason, that's actually quite nice to play. It shouldn't be, but it's actually nice. Crazy. Anyway. This is Model D, Steinway Model D. I guess that's probably just the default preset there, so that's fine. Bösendorfer. But it's a weird one, that's not natural. It's lower in pitch and not something. Oh, okay, so the other one was something else. This one says 440 in the title. It sounds like some kind of baby piano. It's really small sounding. Close mic. That's a very strange sound. This is probably one of those older school pianos. Mesotonic. I'm not even going to mess with that anymore. Another scale thing, need top 3. Recording. Man. Well-tempered. Yes, another scale thing. Another one. Werkmeister 3. What's this? Something weird. Klejel? I have no idea. But it's also not natural. Because I was playing in F before. That's a C. That's C sharp, and that's a C. So it's a semitone out. Now this is 440 version of the same thing. Very strange. Close mic. These must be one of these pianos from that museum. I think there's like a museum that they have with these older pianos in it that they modeled. Mesotonic, oh no, we're not doing that. Need harp 3. Revoiced. Oh wow. Interesting. Well tempered, yeah. Another one of Werkmeister 3. J. Broadwood. So a Broadwood piano that's also not in 440, but I suppose that this one is the 440. Yeah, there we go. So, I've just discovered, although I don't know how it happened, that Favorites was turned off at some point, so we've been browsing through everything in order, which is very amusing, but also quite scary and would have taken an entire day. So let me find where we actually should be. Aha. Because as I said, there are like over 600 presets in Pianoteq. So yeah, that was making more sense. So this is called the Donald 440, I think. So we weren't far off, by the way, because we were in the Broadwood, but JB Striker Mesotonic. I think I favorited some of the Mesotonic presets to learn to play them. Okay. Now we have this K2 piano, and I think that's one that they made specifically for Pianoteq, if memory serves. I'm not 100% sure on that. But this is another bass and piano split. We've seen 2 of these previously. One in the HB Steinway, I believe, and one in the Bluthner or the Bechstein, one of the 2. I do not remember. So. By that point, it loses its pianoistic nature and becomes a bass. So it is. I do quite like that. K2 binaural, all right. Okay, so again, I have the question about if binaural is binaural, then surely the left would sound like left and the right would sound like right. However, having thought about it over the last bits while I was playing, I was thinking maybe binaural is stood off to the side of the piano instead of playing it. So you're listening to it being played as opposed to playing it, in which case maybe it would be called player binaural. So I was thinking about that and thinking, yeah, maybe that's what it is. to say? I don't know. Yep, gotta have your felts, you know the rules. I like it. K2 player jazz. So we didn't even have the second felt, which is a shame. Maybe I didn't favorite it. I'm going to rectify that because I will. I actually like the sort of almost lo-fi nature of the second felt. All the pianos so far have had the clean and then the impure version. I like the impure version as well. Yeah, I like. This is the Player 2 Jazz, and yeah, it feels like it. What's the thing say? You know what I'm talking about, don't you, by now? Yes, action 0.50. Thank you. Just the way it should be. Very rich top end. I like that. See, that's way richer than the Steinway. Way richer. Well, than the HB Steinway. We haven't gotten to the NY Steinway yet because we're in the Ks, and this goes in alphabetical order. So the NY Steinway is probably coming up soon. But I think this is just richer. And the bottom end is also powerful. Sometimes they just don't get that tone right. Yeah. So we now have the Rhodes Mark I Bach. That's good, isn't it? Mark 1, basic stereo. Or is it Mark 2? Hold on, hang on. No, Mark 2, okay. Yeah. This is quite rich again. It's quite a fat sound. And this one stops, it's a 73, so it stops on the low E. Can't go play lower than that. And again, because it's physically muddled, there's just no sample bridging. because there isn't any samples. It just sounds like it gets harder and sharper, as it should. If it sounds like it is, it's because I'm not playing it right. It's very hard to go between not bark and bark. And another thing it's doing right, that pianos do a bit differently, is that if I play a hard note with the sustain pedal down and then play the same note softer, it kind of not re-triggers exactly, because the thing is still vibrating, but you catch it at a point in the cycle and it changes the tonality slightly. So again, probably very hard to model, but they got it right. I like it, I do. This sound is a bit like what I call, quote unquote, the Nils Rhodes. Nils was in the chat earlier, for those of you who are reading along in the live chat. He's gone now. This sound is a bit like his sound, but this has delay on it, whereas his does not. So it's kind of this sound, but without the delay. You'll hear it later. It's Mark II Flower Power, and that's a lovely sound, that is. I like, yeah, Mark II Jazzy. Can we do see, that works on here. This Christmas by Donny Hathaway. Played a bit wrong and I got into those changes are just so cool though. And then of course the it's just so cool. I can't even do it. Yeah. Come on. If I don't think about it, I've done it before, I don't think about it. It's lovely. Mark II New Age Dreams. Yeah, man. DM photography, Christmas tree, indeed. That's one of my favorite things, by the way. Just absolutely love that track. It's hard to play, but that's why I like it. It's a great challenge. It feels good under the fingers if you can get it right. So we're into the NY Steinway D now, cinematic. Notice, I think the top end is less thin than the Hamburg Steinway. This is the New York Steinway, and it's got a thicker. What about its bottom end? We've heard definitely thicker than that today. The K2, for example, was thicker. But we've only heard one preset of the NY Steinway, so it's hard to say. Okay, this is the gentle preset, so you shouldn't probably bang it so hard. Nice. Yeah. Hybrid. Again, very cool sound. It's very bouncy. This is the Steinway D Jazz. Sorry, the NY Steinway D Jazz. And what do you think? What do you think the damper's set at? Let's have a look. I think it's probably 0.75 or something. It doesn't feel like 0.50. 0.60, so slightly different again. It's not bad. I would lower it slightly myself, because even that little 10 makes a difference. It is a Steinway D Jazz recording. Steinway D New Age. Petrov Minstrel jazz recording. So we've jumped a lot now, thanks to my favorites being turned on. This stream went way longer than it needed to because I didn't realize it wasn't on favorites. I just thought I favorited so many things that... Look at that. That's really different than the Steinway sound. It's just completely different. So again, top end, what's it like? It's interesting. It's quite chesty. I don't know if I can make that. It's a very weird thing. I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me. And even though it has a very warm bottom end, it's not bassy. It's not huge. Maybe this piano is a small piano. I suppose if it's a minstrel, maybe it's a travel piano, I don't know. But it does not sound fat and huge, you know, fat with a PH. It's a nice sound, don't get me wrong, but it's not fat. Let's look at the damping. You know the drill by now. 0.50, A. Hashtag approve. Pianoteq M, compressed. Yeah. Pianoteq M, funky. Yes, it is. I like that. And because it's funky, they probably allow you to play it way lower than it should. I'm sure it probably stops. Maybe E, or maybe even A. I can't talk. Or maybe even C. But I don't know until if I have the other one favorited, the real one, then we don't know. But that means you can. Pianoteq M Jazz Trio. Oh, what's that? Orion Echo. I like that. It sounds really far away and yeah, really cool. Roomy, Pianoteq M Roomy. It's very fast tremolo on that. Pianoteq T Cosmic. I like that too. Soft pan tremolo, Pianoteq T. Steengetriebe. I don't know how you say that. Steengetriebe. That's hard to say. E272 is what that's called. Very fiat. Felt 2. Well, we need to turn off favorites and go back to felt 1 as well, because it's important that we have all the favorites, all the felts favorited, and all the pianos have felts. Yeah, I like that. And then felt 2. Great for lo-fi, this one. I mean, some of the others were too, but this feels like it's got lo-fi written all over it. to that tank drum. Woo. Tank drum tremolo. Tank drum natural, so the range of the instrument actually lives in, and because you can't dampen this thing, you just have to deal with it. So it goes from E to A, so an octave and a bit. Very interesting. And we've gone from T to U. This is the U4 Jazz preset, so we're into the Yamaha U4, I suppose, but they didn't put Yamaha in the title. Maybe they weren't allowed to. It's not got a fat low end, but then it's an upright piano, so it's probably not going to. How about the top end? Not so bad, not so bad. And let's check the you-know-what. 0.60 on the damper. Yeah, I can live with it. Had it been another sample library, you just have to deal with it. And, like I said, you can change the release on some of the things, but that does not really change the sound. It just, not in a way that you'd like anyway. So then we go straight to vibraphone. We missed out all the felts and all the other things. But this stream has been running a long time, so I'm going to... Yeah, this is nice. So with no sustain pedal, the vibraphone is not sustained. And with the sustain. I like that. That's very nice. And again, model. It's crazy to think that's possible. W1 Roomy. Now we're into the whirlies. That is a very, very rich sound, and I am a big fan. W1 soft. That one's called Where It's At. Whew. And YC5 player. So we go straight from the whirlies to the YC5 player. I believe the YC5 is the Yamaha. I mean, it's got Y in the name. I don't think there are other piano manufacturers that begin with a Y. Is this also... Oh, I suppose if it's a C5, maybe then it's the sort of the small version of the C7. So it should be a grand, right? doesn't sound... Oh, I suppose maybe C5 is a baby grand. It's certainly richer than the U, isn't it? It's got a good bottom end. Yeah, that's YC5 solo recording. Okay. That's a very dynamic piano. It's actually very beautiful as well. So that's the end of the official presets. This stream is not going to go on much longer, but I must now show you my presets because I said I would. So this is one of my presets, which I believe it's based on one of the HB Steinway. No, sorry, the NY Steinway Cosmic, but I don't remember. So it's quite dry. It's quite in the books. Got a quite big fat bottom end. But that thin top end that we talked about earlier with the Steinway, I do think it's based on the one of the Steinways. Whether it's the HB or the NY, I'm not 100% sure now. If I looked at the window, I could tell you more. But here's the Nils Rhodes I mentioned earlier. This is basically one of a copy of one of the other Rhodes, but with no delay. And it has this lovely phaser on it. It's really, really nice, that. Okay. Oh, hold on. We have a strange problem there. There we go. Now everything is fine. So this sound is Pianoteq, but it is based on the guitar, the classical guitar preset, one of them, but with the random feature. So I pressed random in the UI, which I said I would do as well. I'm going to do that before I end the stream, so you guys can. And I called this Guitar Wong for a better name because I wasn't sure what to call it. It kind of wongs at you. It does seem like a sort of Super Mario thing, doesn't it? That was Super Mario from the Super Nintendo. Oh yeah, I've got that. This is my other preset, which is, I've called this is called on just Steinway D Jazz. So maybe the other one was a Steinway B preset, or an HB Steinway anyway. But I think this is the NY Steinway D that I modified. By the way, this is the preset that my Pianoteq, that my Logic starts up with every time I load it in the morning. And it's also slightly aged. I have the condition slider at 0.70, so it's not like anything crazy or anything like 1 or 2. But it just gives it a bit more realism as opposed to having it completely at 0, which I don't like. So yeah, it's a bit sort of... You can hear it's a bit slightly off, but that's a good thing. Pianos need a little bit of character in them sometimes. And then we get back to the road. So, we've come all the way around from where I wanted to be, which is great. And hopefully my keyboard will now respond to me when I press keys on it. I would really like that. Ah, it lives. It lives. Okay, great. So, I'm in the roads. And I'm just going to find the random button and press it. And there we go, randomize. So sometimes it won't go too crazy. It gives us that this time. Press it again. Oh, that's completely different. And I don't know exactly what parameters it modifies, but it modifies a fair few of them, and you can do quite a lot of odd things. I've lost most of the keyboard. This just got very weird very quickly. Yeah. Wow. For some reason, the road has come back, but it's an octave higher than it was before. That's very strange. This is not... Come on, you can do better than that. Okay, now we're in the correct octave, and now the bottom end is very bizarre. Okay, that's very strange. Oh my gosh. What on earth is happening? So I'm keep hitting randomize and we keep getting these bizarre sounds out of it. I tell you what I'm going to do. Let's randomize my Steinway D Jazz preset, see what that does. So there we go, more sort of quite different than the other one. Oh, that's very unusual. It's like the piano has gotten elongated in some strange, stretchy ways. What? Why? Any ideas? No? Okay. DM Photography left the stream. Happy Christmas. Is indeed, yes, to you too. Not that you'll hear this unless you scroll back through the stream, but I hope you don't because it's really long. Some really bizarre noises. Now that I chose a piano instead of... Remember, this was a piano once upon a time. I don't know what you call that. And this is the thing that you couldn't really do with a sample library because you can only modify the samples so much, but they just don't work anymore. But with being physically modeled, you can... That's almost like a bell sound. Lovely sympathetic resonance there. Look, if I play a chord without the pedal. Now with the pedal. Because, of course, it came from a piano, so I guess some of the characteristics are indeed left over from previous, but that's very curious. That's almost harp-like, but not. Wow. Amusing. That's cool. Derek says, been popping in and out. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't sit through my own live stream this much either. But I had to do it. I said I would, and I had fun doing it. That's dark. And disturbing. Well, I hope you've enjoyed what you've heard today. I've gone for a long time. It's 5:15. That's even longer than the previous stream, which was 2.5 hours. This one started, roughly 2. It was a bit before, like 5 to 2 or something. So we've gone for 3 hours and changed this time. So my goodness, I just beat the previous one. I will not be beating the previous one the next time round, because that would mean I have to go for 4 hours. And I don't want to do that. But I've had fun going through these Pianoteq noises for you. And I hope you've learnt something. And I hope you decide that if you're going to buy it, that you see if there's sales before you put down your money. Because it's a very fun product. And if you're watching this post-stream, of course, the link to Pianoteq website is in the video description, because that's how we roll around here. We don't just leave you hanging. Some YouTubers put all their boilerplate stuff at the top of the stream. That annoys me. But not me. I put all the relevant links at the top, and then you've got 20 dashes. Yes, I did count them. And then you've got links to all my other works, including becoming a channel member, Patreon, and my music, Spotify, and iTunes, and all those other things like that. And a couple of referral links if you want to do things like that, like Dropbox referral, Linode referral, DistroKid referral, and all sorts of other things of that nature. So you can always find your way to doing all sorts of fun things if you like. And I think with that, I'm probably going to jump out of here and eat something and drink something, because my water ran out while I was streaming, which is not very good for my health. And I've been talking on a parched throat for most of the stream. So if you have listened this far and enjoyed it, then please give it a thumbs up. You know how it is. Like and share it, because the thing is, with these small channels like mine, I say small, it's small-ish. Small-ish, we'll add the ish as sort of a suffix thing. Because I used to be a much smaller channel with only, 100, then 1,000. I've got 3,600 subscribers now. It's all thanks to you, because you're all wonderful people, and I really appreciate you a lot. But if you wouldn't mind just sharing the video to your friends, it helps. And YouTube is very mean in that if no one presses like on it, it just doesn't get shown to anybody. And as you know, I put a lot of time and effort into these. I show you sounds, I play them as long as I can. I try to make them all interesting. And make it worth your while to be here. Bringing my little bit of style to some videos. And that sound is very strange, because it took the mic away for a long period of time, because it's got lots of reverb attached to it. I can talk again. See? So that's what we do here. We mess around, we have fun, but we give you sound at the same time. And we try to educate you. And with that, thank you. And I did say last week I'd see you in 2024, but I got excited and did another live stream. If I do one next week, which I don't believe I will, it'll be New Year's Eve. And, we'll see. I'm not saying no entirely. It just depends on if my house is empty or not. If my house is empty, I can do what I like. I can have a massive party. Having a massive party is fun, but my wife wouldn't enjoy it if she knew. So don't tell her I've had massive parties. You've all been in my living room today, and I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Right. Instead of talking and playing between words, which is actually quite fun, but kind of bizarre at the same time, and I've been pressing randomize all this time, I'm sure you guessed that. I'm going to go now. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.